Imagine a world where people are willing to surrender their freedom, their beliefs, and sometimes even their lives to follow a charismatic leader. A world where the line between devotion and manipulation blurs, leaving us both intrigued and horrified. This is the mysterious realm of cults. Today we'll embark on a journey into the complex and perplexing realm of cults. Cults are a subject that both fascinate and unsettled humanity for centuries, drawing us into a wonder why individuals are willing to surrender their free will, their beliefs, and their lives to follow a leader, making us question the very existence of human nature and the power of persuasion. I invite you to stay engaged and attentive for this explanation, which offers more than just a glimpse into the lives of these people. It provides a toolkit of knowledge, critical thinking, and insights into the human behavior of the people, a human behavior that can apply far beyond our discussion. My credibility stems from watching many documentaries, reading articles, books, and many other things about cults. Cults are secretive and influential groups that manipulate their members through charisma, unorthodox beliefs, and persuading techniques, which often posing a significant risk to the well-being of people that get involved. Defining cults are tricky because many people have different definitions for the word, but these common characteristics can help build a framework for understanding these groups. Cults are groups led by charismatic leaders with strong influences over the members. These members are very charming and make people completely devoted to them. Cults use tricky tactics to control and brainwash their members, often taking advantage of their vulnerabilities. They often have strange beliefs that are very different from what most people believe and think. These members are often kept away from society so they can't question the leader's authority. So in simple terms, cults are groups with powerful leaders, strange beliefs, and tactics to control their members. The psychology of cults is all about why people want to join a cult. Cults take advantage of things that people are very vulnerable about, like they're going through a rough time, looking for a sense of purpose, or just somewhere to fit in. Cults offer a strong sense of belonging, which can really be tempting for people that feel lost and alone. Cults also mess with people's minds. They make members believe that might not be true and encourage them to ignore many doubts they have. And within the group, they discourage anyone from speaking up or questioning things the leader is saying. In the article Masterclass that specializes in science and technology, people in cults must feel incapable of living an individual life outside the norms of these groups. These beliefs often go hand in hand with the worshipful attitude towards the group's leader. Now we'll jump into an example of what a cult is. The Jonestown tragedy remains one of the most haunting and disturbing chapters in the history of cults. It centers around the People's Temple, a religious cult led by Jim Jones. Jim Jones had a complicated past which shaped his seductive yet extremely destructive personality. He was born May 13th, 1931 in Crete, Indiana. He grew up in a poor household, and he grew up in a religiously diverse area, which exposed him to a variety of religious ideals and spiritual practices. Jones initially expressed interest in religion and became a student pastor in his teen years. He honored his skills, and he also developed a fascination with social justice and racial equality, which he later used. He merged with his religious inclinations to form his foundation, the People's Temple. The formation of the People's Temple marked the beginning of Jim Jones' journey into the cult leadership. Jones founded the People's Temple in 1950s in Indianapolis, Indiana. Initially, the church was seen racially integrated congregation with strong focus on progressive and social inclusion values. Jones presented himself as a charismatic and passionate preacher dedicated to advocating for civil rights and justices and social justice causes. He skillfully used his public image to attract followers who believed in the message of equality and change. According to Eugene Smith, a survivor of Jonestown, states, "People were there just because they thought he was going to give America an example of what interracial community could look like, what very intelligent political communities would look like." Jones initially created an environment where people were cut off from their families and the outside world, making it difficult for them to seek help or question his authority. This isolation was part of the deliberate strategy to control. Furthermore, the People's Temple was under increasingly legal pressure in the United States due to the allegation of abuse. And fearing legal consequences and exposure, Jones moved across the world to a small settlement in Guyana. Jonestown's living conditions were hard and degrading, with people with overcrowding, limited resources, and forced labor all over the settlement. Jones' actions got increasingly erratic and authorization as situations deteriorated. He used mind control, physical manipulation, public humiliations to engender the fear and democracy in his followers. On November 18th, 1978, U.S. Congressman Leo Ryan visited Jonestown to investigate reports of abuse and coercion within the People's Temple. The visit was preceded as a threat by Jones, who ordered the assassination of the congressman and several members of his delegation. In a horrifying turn of events, Jones' people assassinated the congressman. He went back to the commune and told everyone that they needed to commit suicide or they were forced to die. According to the association in all, 914 People's Temple members died in the mass suicide/murder. 217 of them were children. The aftermath of the cult tragedy was marked by shock and horror, profound impacted on society, both in the United States and turned the world around. The sheer scale of loss, with over 900 people dead, including children, sent shockwaves through the community and government. In the end, the Jonestown tragedy and the explanation of defying cults have illustrated the complex and often disturbing aspects of human behavior, influence, and group dynamics. Jonestown stands as a chilling example of charismatic leaders can manipulate vulnerable individuals, leading them down the path of blind devotion and ultimately a horrifying end. It's a reminder that we all have a role in protecting ourselves and others around us.